All right, hello, welcome. My name's Frank. This is No More Paper. Welcome to my personal video journal. If you happen to be listening, good. I would like to grow listeners at some point, but it doesn't matter if I don't. My goal is to become a profitable trader, and that's it. I don't want to go on Bloomberg and talk about futures market. I just, of course I don't want to do that. I don't know who would. Anyway, I'm trying to build a community. Link is in the description, of actual people that want to be traders. I need to get better, and the best way to get better is to talk to people, talk to other traders. Modern day social media is a terrible way to do that, and I'm very bad at that. The whole get attention for yourself thing, it's not me. Anyway, as I go live, there's no news today. Last week was crazy. Friday was crazy. You could kind of see it setting up for Friday. I didn't expect it to be that large of a drop. I think what did it, some of it, well, never mind. I was going to say, I think what allowed some of the large drop was low volume. But it was only low volume earlier in the day. We actually had a large amount of volume. In fact, the largest in a long time. Over 2 million contracts. No news today. Tomorrow is existing home sales. About the only one. Later in the week is later in the week. Let's see the next major event. It would be Wednesday, CPI, and then PPI on Thursday. Both are at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, so watch out for that. Let's take a quick look at headlines. Yeah, okay. NASDAQ futures surge as chip stocks eye recovery. I mean, the volume is so low. You can't say that. In fact, it is my opinion that they are surging the price right now to position for exit liquidity. That is my opinion. So what you do if you're a rich Wall Street individual is in the overnight, you bid it up because low volume in the overnight. I mean, very low. We had 1,600 contracts traded last night. No, never mind. No, the total's closer to 4,200. But anyway, that's nothing. That's peanuts compared to a day's volume. Anyway, they can use that low volume to bid it up higher and higher and higher. And then when it opens, they can get rid of all their shares at a higher price. Now that's just an opinion. Who knows? Of course he would say that. Nvidia's Wong. Sell-off in tech stocks is a buying opportunity. Yeah, he's not biased at all. And then in the same list here, they have IMF warns world isn't ready for shocks that are piling up. Okay, so that's a bias too. The IMF has a bias. IMF is, I mean, get rid of it. It's my opinion. Another globalization organization that isn't good for anyone but themselves. So the reason they want fear is because they'll get funding from richer nations to help out struggling nations, whatever that means. And it's just a way to wash money. All modern government is a way to wash money, to take money for free, pretend it's for an issue like homeless people or drug addiction or whatever. About half of it gets siphoned off. I mean, half. It could be anywhere. But a huge amount of it gets siphoned off to non-for-profits, whatever. You know, every rich person has a non-profit. And they all have friends and family that happen to own businesses that service homeless people, or NGOs, in the case of the IMF, that give penicillin to whatever. All right. Nothing else. I don't come to this page for wisdom. I come to hear what the idiots say. All right, let's look at prices. So it is of note, you can tell right here, that the overnight was bringing up the POC again and again and again. Higher and higher amounts of volume. But we're not anymore. It started to slow once it got up here. It's almost like momentum. I mean, this is all just speculation theory, but it's the way my mind conceptualizes it. You have a bunch of money makers bidding it up, bidding it up, bidding it up. They start to slow down, and it still boils over a bit. And that's kind of where we are now. But we'll see. I mean, it can gain enough momentum to go all the way back up. I hate that. I hope it doesn't. Just because it's like, how do you... I mean, I caught a really good trade from down here. I only did 2 contracts. I wish I would have done more, but all it did was make up for all my losses trying to catch the bottom as this was coming down. I mean, that was just unprecedented. We ripped through all of these serious support areas. And just for context, we usually don't hit these. We usually don't hit 2 of these in one whole day. And we hit 8 of them. Just before I forget, I want to Mark this. This might be our pivot point. 74.15. 75.15 rather. The value area high from Friday. But to me it looks bad. The cracks are showing. This is not a normal pullback. We might make it all the way back up here. But I don't think we're going to have it like we've had for the past couple months where we were making all-time new highs every other day. I don't think so. We might make all-time new highs once or twice again. But they're just running out of money. Running out of everything. Inflation is sky high. I said on Friday that the entire power structure of the entire world is pushing this higher. Not good business, not good companies, selling good products. No, government's printing money and doing everything they can to pitch this higher. The U.S. specifically. I mean, I don't know how the new Fed governor, Walsh, I think, Walsh. I'll get to know him in due time. He's not independent. I'm pretty sure Trump put him in that position to cut rates. But how do you justify it with inflation where it is? With employment good? You can't. You absolutely cannot. It's going to be in a weird situation where they cut rates and the market doesn't do anything. It no longer brings liquidity. Because the banks are just like, whoa, this is getting out of hand. Or you start getting unrest across the country as people can't afford anything. All right, let's take a look at closer price. I'm guessing if you held NVIDIA, you'd be a little afraid at Friday's price. But there's not much to say here. We just kept falling and falling and falling. I thought we would recover here. And then here. I mean, we'll see. We're at a pivot. We're at the pivot point right now. The monthly pivot point. I think I might consider a short. If I get better entry. It's hard to plan when we're here. We have a lot of key areas in the area from previous weeks. Any one of these can act as support or resistance right now. Before I forget, let me mark previous initial balance. My charts are getting a little out of hand. I should get rid of some of the older ones. Alright, as we open, like I said, I expect us to pull back more. Well, we'll see. Again, heading higher, we have let me change that before I keep forgetting to do this. Alright, so now it's going to draw my naked value areas. This one right here, 75.15. That's going to be a large area of resistance. We could slow down right into here. If we head lower right at the start, we have the point of control right down here. Heck, we could get just a range day. But I think there's more. Well, I don't know. Because I don't know all the tools they have to stop large crashes. But so much in modern markets is engineered to not allow down days. So, like everything else in the year 2026, everything's fake. So, expect circuit breakers, which is why I gotta be careful. Anyway, that's all I got. Good luck, goodbye.